This month's theme is how to move forward without closure. Every month we have one theme, 4 short videos and actions you can take for each one. And people come to me all the time having trouble moving forward because they haven't had some official closure to the relationship. And we're going to talk about some of the ways you get stuck. And one is that you're not actually ready to move on. Like, you're still in it. It might be over. The other person might not be talking to you anymore. Like, from the outside, it looks done, but your heart is still in it, or your head is still in it. And you're holding out hope that this will turn into something. This will come back again. This will be reversed. And you have to decide that you are done in order to have that closure for yourself that you create, so that you can move forward. I'm going to suggest that you do something ceremonial. You know, what would be a symbolic ending of this relationship for you? Do you need to, bless it and release it, have a little memorial service for it? What is it going to take? Something symbolic that will help you acknowledge for yourself, not giving that power to anyone else, for yourself, that this is over, and that you're the one closing the book on this relationship. And it's hard to let go, but as long as you hold out hope, you aren't going to be able to move on. You've got to give that to yourself. So pick your ceremony, pick your symbolic gesture to show that you're ready to be done, and you're ready to turn and point toward your future and leave this in your past. And closure is really, really tough in our world because we're so connected. It's not like the old days where we could avoid certain parts of town and we wouldn't see them. Now we just open our phone and we can see everything the other person is doing, everything that's going on in their world. And so for yourself, once you've decided that this is you want to move on, like you've got to want to move on in your heart for this to be the case, then you're going to limit your exposure. And you're going to have a no contact policy, at least until your heart and your head and your spirit and your soul and your whole self has been able to move on entirely from the relationship. So that could be unfollowing them on Facebook. You don't even have to unfriend. You can just unfollow. It might be unfriending. It might be blocking their number if they keep reaching out to you, even if they're doing the just checking on you thing and they don't want to be in a relationship with you. That is not fair. So that constant presence in your life, what it does is it keeps you in the relationship mentally and emotionally, even if the relationship is over. And you can protect yourself by limiting that contact, by eliminating it entirely, and go through your environment and put away the things that remind you of them and their items so that stuff's not there either. You want to remove them from your life so that you are able to move on. So get rid of the stuff, cut off the contact, and point yourself toward your happy, healthy future. And closure is something that we have to sometimes go get for ourselves. And how do we do that? And one of the ways is to do forgiveness. And that's not easy when perhaps we have not had an apology, or we haven't even had the other person acknowledge what they did to us. Or maybe we haven't faced the things that we did that we need to forgive ourselves for. Forgiveness is you unanchoring yourself from the relationship and from the person and from the things that happened so that you can move forward. And you can do it without an apology. You can do it without an agreement about what happened. In fact, sometimes we have to forgive something that the other person will never even admit to, but we do it for us. Forgiveness is something for us. So I want you to set some time aside, and I want you to do a little bit of writing about this. Make a list of all the things that need to be forgiven. Some may be yours. This could be self-forgiveness so that you can move forward. And some of it's going to be forgiveness of the other person. This will help you close the book on this relationship and help you turn toward your future and onto better things that are in better alignment with who you want to be. So make a list of things that you want to forgive, and then choose a time to sit quietly with yourself. I suggest with your hands on your heart, and just go through and say, I forgive them for that, or I forgive myself, so that you can free your heart for all the good things that are coming your way. So we have to move forward from some relationships without closure from the other person. And that's difficult to do. And one of the best ways to make that painful experience worth something and give it meaning and allow it to have purpose is to take a little inventory of the relationship and pull out anything that can be learned from it. I don't want to go through anything painful for no good reason. So take a little bit of time to do an inventory, just in the notes on your phone or in a journal or on a piece of paper, and look for patterns, things that you did repeatedly that you want to stop doing. Like you don't want to do that behavior or action anymore, or red flags that you ignored or missed that you want to pay attention to the next time. As much as possible, purpose that relationship that is over for how you want to grow into the next version of yourself that takes you into future relationships. And that kind of closes the chapter on it. It's like the summary at the end of a book, right? Here's what happened. Here's what we learned. Here's what we'll do next. And that's the end of it. So it's a great way to get closure, is to look for the lessons that you want to learn once and for all, so that you can be your very best self in your next relationship. If you want to make sure you never miss one of these videos, you can go to stacyrocklein.com and sign up for our 10-minute time in. You'll get our monthly theme, the 4 short videos with the actions you can start taking right now to get closer to the people that you love.